Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as we plant up 2 container pots for spring. So let's go. It is the middle of March and it is a beautiful day here in New Hampshire. It's about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. And normally I'm inside starting seeds or potting up seeds, but I just had to get outside today. And you can see behind me, I live in an area where I'm surrounded by woods. So my cleaning when it comes to spring cleaning in the yard usually entails picking up sticks and blowing off leaves off the lawn and out of the flower beds before I can even think about cutting back anything like my hydrangeas or my roses. So I did a little bit of that this morning just to get outside, get a little bit of exercise, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. When it comes to gardening, I'm really trying to take it slow. I want to do maybe 1 hour a day, and it might not be every day, but my goal is to try to do 1 hour a day, especially if it's a day like today. And other than cleaning out my flower beds and getting the yard ready, I also want to tackle small projects like filling up pots and containers. I have a lot of containers that I put in my yard. I love to garden out of pots. And in fact, you can see I have one over here and one behind me. And they have used potting soil in them, and the potting mix is very good. It's nothing wrong with it. It's from last year. And what we're going to do today is a very simple project. Right here in my front yard, in fact, is a flower bed, and I call this a pansy holding bed. It's just a matter of time when the pansies will be blooming again. Normally pansies are annuals here in New Hampshire, but what appears to be happening is every year for the last 3 or 4 years, the pansies that are in here drop their seeds, and then new little plants get created during the midsummer months, and they overwinter. And it's such a joy because I end up with basically free plants every year. And I have to tell you, I have grown pansies from seed, and every year I've tried growing them earlier and earlier in order to get those blooms. And no matter what I do, I cannot beat the pansies that overwinter here in my yard. So this year I didn't even plant any pansies from seed. I figured why even bother? I might as well use that space for other plants. So we don't need a lot of things for this project. As I mentioned, we have the pots and we have potting mix in there. You can buy your own potting mix. We're going to use the used potting mix that's already in there. We have a small hand shovel, gardening gloves. I'm not sure if we'll need these, but hand pruners. We have a slow release fertilizer. I like to use Osmocote. I buy this on Amazon in bulk, and that's the best price that I can find out there. We have some water. And then to start with, we have our plants. So let's get going. You can absolutely reuse your potting mix, and all you need to do is rejuvenate it. And you can do that a number of ways. The first way is you always want to pick out any old material that's in there. This isn't bad, but if there were big chunks in there, you want to pull those out. And then also, it's optional, but you could also add a little bit of compost in this top level here. So this is an 8-pound bag of the fertilizer that I buy on Amazon. If you have an Ocean State job lot near you, you can usually find a good price on Osmocote there as well. I'm not going to measure, I'm just going to sprinkle it on the top, and then what we're going to do is we're going to mix it in. Just give it a nice little mix. Pansies don't have a very extensive root system, so there's no need to mix it in much past the first few inches of soil that we're putting in here. And it is pretty dry, but we will be watering the pansies in when we're all done. In terms of the soil level, I'm very happy with where it's at. You never want to have your soil at the very top, because what will happen is when water comes in here, it might spill over. You also don't want to have too much of a gap between the soil and the top of your pot, because it would look a little awkward and the plants would be too low. See, this is a perfect amount of soil in this pot right now. For cross-reference of my yard, again, this is my front yard, and you can see that there are a ton of pansies that we have to work with this spring. And I will be using those in lots of different pots and containers in my yard. And then right here is my front walkway. And in case you're wondering what this is, these are basically wooden stakes that I have put in my yard. So when we clean the snow, we don't get basically run over any plants that are along the walkways and the driveway. So we're just going to go after random pansies that are in here, ones that are easy to get to, like this one here. And they're either going to be a purple color or a yellow color. There might be a few blue ones in here as well. I think it's going to look nice to have a mix of colors in our pots. And I'm just taking my hand shovel and I'm just going to dig around the pansy plant. It doesn't have a very deep root to it. And then I can go ahead and tug. And you can see in the center there that it looks like it's actually starting to form a first bud, which is very exciting. And it has a nice root system to it. An instant free plant. How nice is that? I think it's nice to be able to go out and buy pansies that are blooming, but honestly, I am still 8 weeks away from my average last frost date. So this works out really well for me. It's a project that's fun for me to do. It's very low cost. And then what I can also do is bring in my pots and containers on the nights that we're going to have freezing temperature. I could also cover them if I want to. And I'm looking forward to making update videos to show you how beautiful these pots will be once the pansies are blooming. One of my goals for this year is to actually go on the internet and go shopping for some pansies that are a little different than what I already have. And my plan is to sow those pansy seeds in this bed because I kind of like this as a holding bed for my pansies. And I'll see if I can get those plants to bloom next spring. So I will bring you along when I sow those seeds, but most likely it will be sometime during the summer months. Because I figured that's when these pansies that bloom drop their seeds. They drop them sometime in the late spring, early summer months. And then you end up with all these free little babies all over this bed. So other than planting pansies in these pots, I was thinking that it would look really nice to also plant some sort of a spiller. And I have some spiller type plants that I overwintered in my garage. So when we're done getting both of these pots planted up, I'll bring you over to my rolling cart and I'll show you some of the spiller plants that I have, and we'll see which ones we pick for these container pots. And I wanted to get these in sooner than later because right now the soil is dry and it's important to get your plants situated and get them some water so that they can then take off. And since we have so many pansies, why not pack it in there? I do love the idea of instant gratification, but there is that whole idea of budget and creating something with something that you already have in your yard. And I think that's just as fun. And I am patient. I know that these will be blooming before I know it, and then I can really enjoy them. And for whatever reason, if the pansies that are in the pansy holding bed have more blooms in them, I can still shop that area and tuck them into this pot without a problem. I'm going to go ahead and give this a good drink of water because it really needs it. One of my goals is to inspire you and hopefully show you different ways that you can still have fun, that you can garden, but you can garden on a budget. And a lot of times, many of the plants that you already have in your yards, different annuals, different perennials, you can do things with them, just like what we're doing here. And I really enjoy that. I enjoy the process. I think it's fun, and it basically forces us to wait a little bit, similar to starting plants from seed, but it is a process that I do enjoy. And I know it's going to be a matter of just probably another week or two max before these guys are blooming. And especially those cold nights when I bring them into my garage, it'll be nice and warm in there, and that's just going to help them to bulk up and bloom earlier for us. But I can tell you for a fact, I can see some buds on some of these pansies already. So they'll be blooming before we know it. In fact, right over here, it looks like that's a bud, and that looks like a bud there as well. Very, very cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of the slow release fertilizer, and I'll mix it in. There's one pansy that I bought from Baker Creek. It was called Celestial Blue, and I bought that probably 3 years ago. And I've also saved the seeds from that plant before. That's considered an heirloom plant. And so that's any of the plants that, if it says heirloom or open pollinated, they should produce plants that look the same as the parent plant. But as you know, whenever you collect seeds, there is a chance of cross-pollination. I'm okay with that. I like having different colors of flowers, and I think it's just a fun and interesting thing to do. And once these start blooming, if I decide I want to tuck something else in here, I can always do that. But I just wanted to get my hands dirty. I wanted to get outside. I wanted to work on a planting project. I didn't want to go out and just buy a bunch of beautiful plants. I wanted to do something with what I already had. There are a lot of plants in our landscape that we can use in our pots and containers, and I will definitely be showing you different recipes, different creations using plants that I've either grown from seed or plants that are perennial in my landscape that I'm putting in a pot or a container. What's nice about container gardening is if you don't have a lot of space, you can still grow things in pots. Also, if you have, let's say, mostly shade areas like I do, then you can put something in a pot and pop it in a sunny area and grow full sun plants, but they're in a pot. And the same is true if you have full sun areas in most of your yard, but you have one little pocket of shade. Definitely put a shade loving plant in a pot and put that in that shady area of your yard. With pots like this, it also adds nice vertical interest, because otherwise sometimes a space can look a little boring, and if you have a little bit of vertical interest, it just makes it a little more interesting. And now that I'm potting these up, I'm just gonna have to be diligent and make sure I keep these well watered. And if I need to, I can always add drip irrigation to it later, but I'm not too worried about it right now because we still have plenty of time before I can even set up any sort of drip irrigation. Let's give this a nice little drink of water. Let's let the water settle, and I'm gonna bring you over to my rolling cart, which I made a video showing you things I overwintered in my garage. But let's go shopping over there for some sort of a spiller plant that can spill over the side of this pot. So right up here are a trailing vinca, and I know in some areas they are considered a perennial. In fact, they might be considered invasive. They are not a perennial here where I live. They are definitely sold as an annual. Now, there's a possibility they could overwinter because they are zone 7, especially in a microclimate in my yard. But nevertheless, I started out with just one plant a number of years ago, and I've been dividing it and overwintering it year after year. So I have plenty of this plant. So we're going to go shopping right now, and we're going to pick out some of the plants from there. And right next to it are some beautiful lavender that I started from seed last year. We'll be doing that in a different project. But let's take some of this vinca and get it placed in our pot. I know that there's too much soil in here, and I don't want to cover all our pansies with the soil in here. So I'm just going to actually dump out most of the soil in this bucket here. I can always reuse the soil. This plant is so easy to propagate. I just love it. You can actually just take cuttings of it, put it in water, and create new plants that way. Back in the day when I was younger and I didn't really know much about propagating plants, I would buy this every single year for all my hanging baskets, my window boxes, and it cost so much money to buy it every single year times X amount of pots and containers that I had to fill. And now I don't have to buy them ever again, as long as I keep the plants alive and keep dividing them. So it doesn't look like much now, but what's going to happen is this is going to fill and then it's going to spill. And it's really just going to add that nice color, and it's just going to make it look really pretty once these are popped up and these are all blooming. Just going to give that a little bit of water. And we're going to do the same thing here. So this should give you also an idea that you can definitely just go shopping, and for that nice spring color, you can start with some pansies in a pot or a container. And then you can add some sort of a spiller just to give it that extra dimension. And preferably, it would be nice to use a spiller that you can use year after year. And if not, that's fine too. Maybe it's just a spiller that you use for this season, but preferably you're using it spring, summer through fall. just to make the most of it. I'm just going to tuck that in, give it some water. And that's it. Our first container for the spring has been built. But I hope that this inspired you. I hope it motivated you. But I'm hoping that it gave you some ideas when it comes to pansies, because I used to buy pansies every single year, and I'm trying to get out of doing that. And being able to get pansies to overwinter, I think, is a beautiful thing. It just takes a little bit of planning. So if you do have pansies, be on the lookout, because I'll be talking more about it later on this season, about what you can do to possibly help overwinter your pansies so they come back again next year. I'd love to know what are some of the spring containers that you've put together so far. And until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.